Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. So, I've always had a fascination with Sudoku, and I've always wanted to be able to play the game better. And I have a lot of reasons why I want to play the game better, but I thought it would be fun to kind of document my progress of being able to solve Sudoku puzzles on kind of a day-to-day basis. Now, I'm going to do my best to play at least one game of Sudoku every single day, and I'm going to post it. So this is day one, and let's see how I can do. So currently I have 0 attempts on this game. So just to be prudent, I think we should start with, I don't want to start with breezy. Let's start with easy and see how I do. Yep, gotcha, okay. I get the rules, I understand it. Have fun. Awesome. Okay. So the first thing I like to do, because I have played the game before, is just try to find a single cell I can fill in fairly quickly just to kind of get things moving. This is always a bit tricky. 4. That's a 4 because we can't have a 4 in these two. We can't have a 4 in these two columns. And this 4 in this top right box also covers this bottom square. So that has to be a 4. And that we cannot fill in a 4 for these two. So on to another number to find. Oh, it's going to be more difficult. Well, 6 is easy as well because there's a 6 and a 6. Can we go up? Well, we know 6 is in one of those two columns, but we don't have a 6 to reference. That is a 1. Now, this is one of those things I'm just kind of realizing. So because Sudoku, you can only use one number in a row, column, or a box of 9. Because the 1 is used in this box, I know this one has to be 1. That has to be 8 because it's the only number missing. So that actually does help us. So let's see what else we can solve. So I'm going to try to solve this 4th row right here. So 1, 2, we're missing 3, 7, and 9. This has to be the 3 because there's already a 7 and 9 in here. However, I don't think I can deduce what either of these. Now, because there's only one spot open in this free cell, this must be the 5. Okay, so we have one cell of 9 completed. Okay, 7 and 9. So let's try row 5 and see what we can figure out. We know 1 has to be in here, but that doesn't really help us much. 8, 4. Ooh, I don't know if I'll be able to get any more numbers. Okay, I'm going to look for something else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is actually going to work. We are on the 7th column. And I know this has to be the 8 because we're missing 6, 7, 8, but 7 and 6 are right here. So actually we can fill this column out. That has to be 7, that has to be 6. Okay, that makes sense. So, does it help us solve anything else? Yes, it tells us this has to be a 6. That actually does help us out. And that tells us this has to be 1 because there's a 1 in column 9, a 1 in column 7, and a 1 in row 8, meaning this was the only cell available. Now let's see what else I can figure out. Oh, we now know the 7 has to be here because rows 2 and 3 have a 7 in it, and the only available spot is there. So now on row 1, we're missing 1, 2, and 4. So 4 cannot go there, but 1 and 2 could go there. 4 has to go here because there's a 1 and 2. So now we still can't solve it. I don't know which one is which, but we are able to fill in some cells. So let's go to let's just find another one that we can now solve. Row 4 was missing 7 and 9, and now we can solve that because that's the 9, that's the 7. Awesome. So now 1, 2, 3, missing 4 and 8, but I don't know where they go. Over here we're missing 1, 3, and 9. Is that right? 1, 3, 9. Well, we know 1 can't go here. Well, let's try solving column 3. So 1, 2, we're missing 3 and 9. Ooh, we can solve that. That has to, oh, that's wrong? Oh, duh. I had the right idea, but that was a mistake. But that does help us out because we're now missing 1 and 9, which means this has to be the 1, that has to be the 9, which now means that has to be the, oh, it's not the 1. Why is that not the 1? It can't be here. Oh. Well, by making a mistake, we learned where the 1 is. That's really unfortunate. Which makes that the 2. That was unfortunate. So over here we were missing the 4 and 8. We still can't solve that. So over here, well, this one we know that has to be the 1 because there's a 1 in that cell and that cell. 1, we're missing a 2 and a 4. Ah, that has to be 4. That has to be 2. Actually, that tells us some other stuff. That has to be 8. That has to be 4. Which means that has to be 8. So 1, we don't know where 2 goes. Missing 2, 5, and 9. So 9 has to go there. Though I don't know where the 2 and the 5 go. But because we know 2 and 5 have to go in there, this has to be the 3. Which means that's the 5. Which means that's the 5. So now we're missing, that has to be the 2 because there's a 2 there and a 2 cannot be in this column, or sorry, in this grid. So 1, 2, now we're missing 3, 7, 8. 8 cannot be there. 8 cannot be there, so that has to be the 8. So now we're missing the 3 and the 7. Oh, that has to be 7 because there's already 3 there, which makes this a 3. So now we're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that one's actually easy to solve. Now that we're only missing 1 digit on both of these columns, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has to be the 9. This has to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has to be the 6, which means that's the 1. That's the 3. Okay, can we solve this bottom left quadrant of 9? So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 7. Yes, we can now solve that. 4, 7. So up here, so we're missing 2, 3, 5, and 6. 2, 3. So 3 cannot be here. So that has to be 3. 2, 5, and 6. 2, 5, and 6. Yeah, that has to be 5. That has to be 2. That has to be 6. And over here, we're now just missing 2 and 5, and that's it. Let's see how many mistakes we made. We lost 100 points for mistakes. So, not ideal. But again, this is my first day of trying to play Sudoku every single day. Took us 9 minutes and 42 seconds to solve this Sudoku. And overall, that was a lot of fun. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Downvote me if you want to. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And if you have, as always, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow with our next Sudoku puzzle. Goodbye.